blessed to have Solla Pizzuto with us here today. She came all the way from LA. She's been traveling the world, right?
Yeah.
Doing workshops, and we are blessed to have her here in Costa Rica in our Shamanic alchemy training of yoga. And she can tell us so many things because her knowledge is so huge. She's a global wellness educator. Please tell us a little bit, what is your work? What are you specified on?
Well, first of all, I'm a holistic practitioner, and I'm in the interest of wellness and vitality and longevity practices. So my background is in medicine, but also in Chinese medicine and Taoism and Tantra. And all of those flavors of those principles work together in helping everybody, men, women, community, couples, to embrace and work on self-empowerment through various practices.
Wow. So we have so many questions for her. I don't know where to start, Sola. It's so good. So we can integrate all these practices to our wellness. So let's go a little bit to the juicy part of it. Let's talk about Tantra, which is like, I think most of us want to know. Can you please explain us what is the art of Tantra? Because we often think it's only about like sex, and so I know it's more than that. Just explain us.
Well, Tantra comes in many forms and many various practices. The thing that resonates me most of all tantric practices out there is the practice of human connection. How we can fuse our hearts together with our beloved, in our family, in our community. How we can really get into soul-to-soul, heart-to-heart connection. And that actually parallels with ancient Taoist practices. It parallels with the Shamanic practices. Any endeavor that brings people together and really integrates their essences. And that's what I love about Tantra.
And do you think this practice, this healing sexual practice, allow us to break through traumas from childhood, sometimes even from past lives, any emotional blockage? How can we break through using these methods?
Absolutely. So many of us may or may not be aware that we have certain emotional charges embedded into our tissues. And some of these can actually be coming down from lineage, ancestry, generations. And for example, if you have violence in your past, if you have any kind of feeling of violation, and you may not be aware when you were an infant if something happened to you or in your mother's womb, that frequency is still imprinted in our body tissue. And a lot of times that creates blockages, physical manifestations. Our emotions play a key role in the health and vitality of our entire body system. For example, when you cry, what kind of emotions come with crying? What instigated that? The tears coming down. Sadness and grief, and sometimes joy. But the emotion is so strong that it manifested this physical product of our tears. Well, in our body, we may not have tears when we're traumatized, but it is all in there, in knots and tangles, and all kinds of blockages and constrictions. And it's real. And if we can just open up the skin and look inside of somebody's body, and you can see all that's happening when a person is going through trauma or emotion or grief or, broken heart, it's all there. And so what can we do, right?
Yes, and how can we do it? What are, there's an exercise, a simple exercise that we can, explain here so people can do it at home?
This is what I love about the Tao practice. I have a deep resonance for the Taoist, the ancient Taoist practices, because in this principle, it teaches us how we can preserve ourselves through self-care practices. And it's through meditative movement, opening up the channels, working with particular exercises with sound techniques and breath, deep meditation to release within us what doesn't serve us. And then I love Tantra because Tantra comes in to interplay, because once you feel like you've provided self-care and self-love for yourself and self-practice, then you are whole and you are so open to receive the blessing of someone's love and to receive and give fully without any of those blockages getting in the way or distracting you from really this beautiful person in front of you.
Yes, I feel that, and sometimes we get so disconnected with ourselves that we cannot connect with someone else. We cannot let it flow. So how important it is to practice self-love, right?
Oh, it's absolutely important, because if you have these cobwebs, if you will, inside of your body, in your tissues, in your mind, in your emotions, how can you be fully present? How can you fully appreciate the world around you and the nature and the beauty of water and sky and Mother Earth? How can you appreciate that when your energy is totally sapped on working with those issues that you need to work through your body? So it's so vital.
Yes. And in a cellular level, we need to be aware also of our energy body.
Yes.
And how to maintain this frequency of energy, right? And in this practice also elevates this frequency.
Absolutely, and that's a key word. Is when you improve your frequency and you elevate yourself to a certain level, then what naturally happens is that you attract that same kind of frequency within other people, and you really start to have this beautiful dance, and you see the love in a person's eyes. And it could be man or woman, child. You just have such tremendous unconditional love for another human being that is profound.
You can see this woman is a beautiful woman. She radiates love. She is unconditional love, and this is 24 hours. I swear, it's always glowing, beautiful skin. Beautiful skin, and really taking care of ourselves is so important, right?
Absolutely. And you can celebrate with each other. Like, I can celebrate the beauty of you. Oh my goodness, such beautiful spirit, and I recognize, and you just want to embrace, and embrace everyone. I feel like with this practice of integrating holistic care, holistic vitality, going into longevity practices, it just helps you want to live a life, a full life. And every day can be full. It's how you see yourself and how you see the world. The perspective, it makes all the difference in the world.
And I didn't understand until very recently when people used to say, we are all one. What is your, what input you can give to us about, this organism, this pulsating, organism that is all of us together in the planet Earth? Do you have inspiration about it? I don't know. I am so into that right now that I'm just...
Yes, when you can awaken this part of you and you feel complete and you resonate with those around you, you feel like you're one. There's no separation anymore. You feel connected. You feel as one. And that oneness actually permeates through the entire community of people, and they feel that, and they come in and literally join the circle in spite of themselves, whether they've come from a particular belief system or community or religion or culture. It doesn't matter. Suddenly we become one. This oneness with each other, oneness with the world, the earth, the surroundings, the environment. And it's such a beautiful space to be in.
Thank you so much, Sola. I'm so happy to have you here with us. We just had a wonderful ceremony yesterday. I want to share this because it was really, really intense, and all of us had huge breakthroughs. As you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's a huge river flowing here. You know, and it's like life. We're like really releasing, letting go. Everything's flowing all the time.
Yes.
The only constant is change.
And that's the thing. We're so fortunate to be in this alchemy. It's not even, I feel like even though it's called Shamanic Yoga Workshop, the shamanic portion of it incorporates an alchemy of change, an alchemy of inner evolution, so that you change over completely from the inside out. And then you can open your eyes to see the beauty around. And it's incredible. It's incredible healing. That's the experience that I've received personally from having this experience with you all in my own journey.